Welcome back. You're watching Your Story on the SABC News channel. Well, Eastern Cape Police are now searching for an alleged illegal traditional surgeon named Mchina. This was revealed by the Traditional Affairs MEC Fikile Xasa during his monitoring visit to the O.R Tambo District initiation schools and initiates rescue centers in the Eastern Cape. Now, the death toll during the winter initiation season in the Eastern Cape has now risen sharply to 16, with 11 deaths being recorded in the O.R Tambo District. Well, for more, we're joined by our reporter Atule Joka in Bisho. Good afternoon, Atule. Thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk. And you're on a story, something that's become a perennial tragedy in our country. And you're speaking to somebody from the Boys Rescue Center.
Indeed, Keshni. Warm greetings to you and warm greetings to SABC News viewers. We are going to be engaging on this very critical and on this sensitive matter, which is initiation. As you know, initiation by its nature is supposed to be very noble and a very celebratory custom within Xasa people. But it has been overshadowed by these deaths of young initiates who have died over the course of this winter initiation season. I am joined by Mr. Nkululeko, who is the director of Men and Boy Foundation, who's running these camps of young boys. We do know that some of the issues that were raised is that these boys go to this initiation school being underage. So he is running these camps who are focusing on keeping these vulnerable young boys, and also he's running a rescue camp there. Mr. Nglesi, good afternoon and welcome to SABC News.
Afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nglesi. If we look at 2015, there were 49 deaths that were reported. 2016, there were 29. Last year, there was 17. So we're seeing this rapid decline. But this year, we have seen about 16 deaths have been recorded already, 11 being from O.R Tambo region. What do you think is the cause? What had gone wrong this year?
I think one of the reasons that you are seeing this surge of numbers is that there hasn't been resources for rescue centers, because each and every season we were beginning to arrest this problem. We had roll out rescue centers where illegal initiates and those that were vulnerable, they were being rescued to rescue centers. Now, because of lack of resources, a number of these rescue centers are not operational. There is only one rescue center that is operating, which also it has saved the lives of more than 70 boys, because 70 boys, they went through the rescue center, which is in Tsolo, meaning that these rescue centers are working. A rescue center is a practical, visible, tangible prevention program, because when you go to an initiation school, you find a boy that is illegal and that is underage or that is vulnerable, that is not that is having some medical complication. We will rescue that boy and take him to a rescue center and bring a medical doctor who has undergone the initiation practice himself. So because the rescue centers, they work as a hybrid between a hospital and a proper initiation school. So we've seen a decrease of rescue centers. But coupled to that is just the resources from government to support the traditional leaders and the monitoring teams, because you've got the teams there that they don't have enough equipment and resources. Now they can't work if they don't have enough resources. The third point that we are beginning to see, which we are making a clear call to government, that they must take note of it, because now if government is not acting against this point that I'm going to raise, it looks like they would have allowed something that is we can nearly call it a genocide in Eastern Cape. Is the issue of medical male circumcision. The way in Eastern Cape is being implemented is implemented in a way that is developing unintended negative consequences. Of the 11 boys that have died in O.R Tambo, we can confirm that about 6 of them, they were circumcised by these NGOs that are contracted by government to do medical male circumcision. They were circumcised off-season. Now, at school, in the communities, these boys are being ridiculed. that they are not men enough, then they submit themselves to initiation schools during the season. In the initiation school, you find most of them being recircumcised. It's not even circumcision; they are being mutilated. Some of the boys that now they have lost their lives. Some of the boys that they have lost their manhood. Some of them they've got medical penal complications. Is because of that. So for us, those are the three reasons. Now, if you were to ask me what is the solution in terms of that, number one, plan properly and ensure that you allocate enough resources for rescue services and rescue centers. Number two, resource the monitoring teams, including traditional leaders, with equipment so that when they go and they do monitoring, they've got this. And number three, and most importantly, government must ensure that all the medical male circumcision programs, they are removed from areas that are practicing traditional initiation, and they must be done in a human right manner where because these NGOs, they are not even getting parental consents from these boys.
Okay, I do hear your point. I think this is a matter that we have to engage on, especially when we do have people from the health department. And also we are talking of preventative measures that a government must implement instead of being reactionary. Can you elaborate on that?
You see, the thing is, you can't keep on doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. Now, because government, they will start thinking about traditional initiation program when it's on the eve of the initiation itself. So we're saying, number one, this program must be a year-long program whereby in between the initiation season, we intensify the awareness campaigns. We must have dedicated people that are working on this.
Mr. Nglesi, because of time, we have to leave it at there. That was Mr. Nglesi of Men and Boy Foundation. He's the director there, talking, of course, about the preventative measures that have to be implemented in order for government to to try and combat these deaths of initiates in the Eastern Cape. It's back to you in studio, Keshni.
Our reporter Atule Joka, they're coming to us from Bisho in the Eastern Cape, bringing us up to speed on the winter initiation season there, where the death toll this season has risen to 16. Peter has more.